Now, what exactly is blend if? So blend if is a function located within the layer style panel in Photoshop that allows you to hide or show different brighter or darker colors within a photo or a group of photos. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing we have to do is open up Photoshop, of course, and pull up a layer. We have this layer pulled up. Now we have three different styles we're going to work with, or three different layers. So the first one we're going to focus on is our current layer, then the underlying layer, and then after that we'll do text. Okay, so let's just open up this group here of our current layer. Double click on that toward the right hand side, and that pulls up our layer style box here. Now what we're going to do is let's just go ahead and start with the darker side, and pay attention up here to these darker colors and watch us see what happens when we pull this over. So we'll grab this arrow right here and pull this over. It immediately deletes or hides the darker area. Now the further you go down to the right on the slider, the more it will take those colors away. So we pull down like so. You can see they all just disappear. Okay. The same thing happens but opposite on the brighter areas. So we pull over like so. See how immediately the white area went away? Pull down like so. So that is what the current layer does. Okay. So hit OK. We're done with this one. Now let's focus on the underlying layer. Okay. Now the underlying layer works oppositely, really, because remember, in the current layer it basically takes away the darker or brighter colors. Now the underlying layer, it exposes the darker or brighter colors. And what we'll do is let's just pull this slide over and see what happens. Start with the darker and pull this over. Now if we notice, immediately those darker colors started to pop through. So it acts differently than the current layer. Okay. Pull this over like so, and it exposes all the darker areas. Okay, now let's try the brighter areas and see what happens. Pull this over, and as you can see, all the white or brighter areas start to show through first. And that's how we get a blend. Okay, now let's try a text here. All right. Pull up our text layer here. Our texts are fun. I love doing text. Okay, so what we'll do is let's double click on the right hand side of our text layer here. Pull up our layer style. Now let's start to blend. So we'll start with the darker areas, and let's just pull this in till we get a nice little blend going on. Let's make this a little bit smaller here so we can see what we're doing. Okay, I think that'll work there. Now let's pull over some of the brighter areas and push through some of the light areas on the text. There we go. Looks good. Now, if you notice, you look here, you can see that it's kind of a little rough, but we don't want that. So what we'll do is let's just go ahead and split these arrows. So we'll hit Alt and click on an arrow and just pull it and watch and see what happens. Okay, now let's do that with the bright arrow as well. Click, split, Alt click, split. There we go. Okay, let's bring some of the darker shade back a little bit. There we go. And now that is a nice blend. Hit OK. And we are finished. Okay, let's take a look here. Control-0 to fill the page there. That looks good. Now, let's just say you felt that you weren't done yet. Only thing you would have to do here is double click, pull it back up, and continue your edits if that's what you'd like to do. Hit OK, save your photo, and you're ready to go. So this is the part I actually love. I love blending text. You know, when you see those, photos floating around with the text look like they're just sitting in the clouds. Well, this is the technique they used. So I think that'll do it for this one. And like always, until next time, I'll see you in the next video.